Hey everyone, Brandon here from Caesar's Freedom Stead. Today I just wanted to let you guys in on what we were doing. Got quite a project here, but it shouldn't take us too long. It's one of those that you keep walking by every day and you keep thinking you're gonna get it done, and then you never get it done, and then it explodes and gets crazy. And then you finally just have enough and you go ahead and get it done. So today we're gonna go ahead and kind of clean up the raspberry patch area because it's got out of hand, and I got started already. Me and Marina are out here cleaning it up, but we still got quite a bit to go. So let me go ahead and show you this. All right, so look at that mess. As you can see, there's a ton of blueberries. I mean, a ton of raspberries on there. And it is just a jumbled up mess in there. So we're gonna clean all that out. Now over here, this is the work I did already. See the difference? It's big and cleared out there. And if you could see, these are all the new raspberries that came up out of the ground that were hidden under all of this mess. So there's all that. So just trying to clean up our raspberry area here so all of our raspberries can thrive and give us lots of berries again this year. So just cleaned all that up. Now we're going to get to this, try to get all that cleaned up as well so we can let all of our raspberry plants breathe. So all right, well, that's all that, and I'll show you when we're all done here. Look at that guy. Isn't that crazy? It's a caterpillar. I don't know what kind it is. It's all spiky. Looks dangerous. All right. So making progress here. I think we're pretty much got everything that was not a raspberry. Everything you see is a raspberry plant.
Yes, just right here. Mama. Did the bird fly away? Yeah.
Cleaned up all that there.
See, you scared her away.
So pretty much got it all cleaned up. All I see is raspberry now. Everywhere. There's a couple things down in there, but
Got one.
probably get those. Okay, Marina pulled out one of the raspberries. We could transplant those. So the other ones are just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Just gonna put inside some pots. Lori, what are you doing, sweetie? We're gonna dig it out. We're not gonna pull it out, sweetie.
Yeah, don't.
If we pull it out, we'll kill it. Might break it. So we gotta use that shovel. So I don't think there's much cleaning left to do in there, because that is all raspberry. They multiply like crazy. I think we started originally with like 5 raspberries in here, I think, and it became huge. Some of them are almost done. This one's the black raspberry. And we got red raspberry in there, and we have golden raspberry in there. So they're all hidden. But this one that kind of took over, this is the black raspberry. Those will turn like purple. no purple so far. We had 2 earlier, but I gave them to the kids. They're all red right
Daddy,
now.
maybe this one is ready.
Yeah, that's the one I just showed. That one's not ready yet.
Oh.
Gotta turn like a deep purple.
Did you see the golden one that was on here?
There's a golden one? Where?
It was ready. I didn't pick it yet. It's down here somewhere.
There's a golden one down here somewhere. Just careful, you're gonna get all poked. That one's not ready, my boy.
I saw it and I was like,
Got all that raspberry cleaned up. All right, next thing that we wanted to do, Ray and the kids are finishing up over there. She's transplanting some of the raspberries into pots that are just kind of off by themselves. But over here, this is our main garden. It's kind of a mess right now, so I gotta mow it. Didn't put down wood chips or anything. Just didn't have time for any of that. But everything's pretty much growing in the rows. It's gonna look a little bit better once I mow it, and I'll be able to show you everything. Well, yeah, I'm gonna come in here and mow it up, clean it up. I need to put in a fence for the butternut squash over there. But yeah, I definitely need to just clean this place up. But everything's looking pretty good. There's the lettuce. Looks nice. There's the lettuce. Looks nice. So I'll go through after we clean it up here and show you everything. But everything's growing really awesome. Some is our, some things we're getting a 2nd or 3rd harvest already. All right. I just got done mowing. I haven't trimmed anything yet, really got in there too much, but looking good already. So, cut all this. I gotta clean up all this a little bit more because there's flowers growing in there. So, but did a quick mowing. You can see everything. And now I'm just getting started putting up the posts for the butternut squash to grow on the fence right here, already lining them up. So this whole row is butternut squash just coming out here, except for this is a volunteer tomatillo over here. There's the butternut squash right below it, and those are all butternut squash coming. So this whole row is going to be the butternut squash. So if you want a little bit more detail on growing butternut squash on a fence, just check out my video, Growing Butternut Squash on a Fence, I made last year. Don't think I'll make another one this year on that, just because I think I covered it pretty good. But yeah, just putting up the post now. And then we're going to throw that butternut squash on there. I got them off to the side there, but I'm going to put their vines on the fence here when I get it all set up. But yeah, going to get that going. Okay, there's the line of posts. I gotta go get a big metal thing where I smack them into the ground. Not sure what that's called either. But got them all lined up. There's my last butternut squash. There's the last post. Going all the way down. And I'm gonna put the fence all along it. And it's gonna be easy from there. All right. Along with what we were doing else today, I wanted to go ahead and show you everything that's going on in here as well, because this is the end of May, and so everything's pretty much out there in the garden that we want, but we still got lots of stuff in here that we kind of keep in here. So look at all this. These are all basil that Marina planted. All this yummy basil, all kinds of different kinds of basil. Look at this basil, amazing basil up here. Look at that. Yeah, that looks good, don't it? Just take a little bit off right there. That was good. Basil, just growing. These are all bays. They're gonna get a lot bigger, but basil everywhere. Now, we also got pepper plants, poblanos. Another poblano, I believe. Yeah, that's another poblano. It's all small. More basil. These are some flowers here. Here's a little something that our son Josiah planted in school. Some flowers in there. Over here, oregano growing. Some good oregano in there. Let's go ahead and take a taste of that one as well. That's some good oregano. Oregano in there. Under here, here's some baby eggplants. All 4 of these are all small eggplants that are growing right here. And over here, here's some larger eggplants growing. Look at those eggplants. Amazing. Grow your eggplants in containers in the shade and they're really awesome. So when these get about, I don't know, a couple inches taller, maybe up to here, once it hits the top of this, we're going to transplant these into the big containers. So all these eggplants, eggplant, these are all eggplants in there. Right here, got a little bit more starts. These are small pumpkins. We already got some out there. More oregano and bell pepper, and let's see, another poblano pepper. They're taking a little bit of time, but they'll get up there. And just a couple starts here and there. There's some sunflowers we got to put in the ground. And over here, some other peppers here. So peppers go really great in containers, we found. So banana peppers, bell peppers, more bell peppers over here. And these are the chili peppers. Some chili peppers growing there. So that's everything growing out here. So that's the greenhouse right now. Everything that we're going to keep in containers pretty much is going to stay is what's in there right now. So that's our greenhouse.
Want to show them the bird nest?
Oh yeah, let's take a look at the bird. So this is our daughter's planter right here. And see, you can see the flowers on top. But some bird decided they wanted to make a nest right there, and there's like 5 or 6 eggs inside there as well. So yeah, Lori came over here and said, "Who did that?" And it was a bird. Came over here and made a nest in her little toy there. So there's eggs in there, so we're just gonna leave it alone. Let the eggs hatch. Other than that, that's what's going on back here. And so that's greenhouse. There's a makeshift seesaw right there that Lori wanted to make. You're funny, sweetie. Oh. Anyways. All right. So I got the fence on. All good. The butternut squash. There's the row. All right, so let me go ahead and just take you through real quick, kind of show you everything we got growing today. All growing for this year, and this might be everything that we do for this year. So all fenced in, nothing's getting in here so far. We're happy about that. But right here from the start, we have our green beans, and we've already took a bunch off there. The kids ate them all. So we didn't get to cook any. But we got a fence here because these do like to grab at some point. So they're gonna grow onto the fence there. They're still early. These are all the green beans. And you're gonna see volunteer tomatoes throughout. We're just leaving them there. There's a bunch of them all throughout the garden. So free tomatoes. Here's some more green bean starts, small ones. There's another volunteer tomato. Right here, we have our cucumbers growing up around here. This one's it's already blowing up like crazy, the cucumbers. So if you saw our video last year growing cucumbers on a fence, we grew them over there last year upon the perimeter fence here. But now this year we're going to grow them on one of these fences we bought from the store, just kind of keeping it on the row here. So there's these, and they're starting to grow up like crazy. I already got a bunch of flowers on there too, so I have a bunch of cucumbers coming pretty soon here. So a bunch of flowers in there. So I'm just weaving it in and out on the fence. You can see right behind there is a volunteer tomatillo. Down, another small cucumber growing. Another volunteer tomato. All these are okra growing. This one's probably the biggest so far. But these are all okra. These right here, okra. Over here, the radishes, and we actually just harvested a whole bunch of large ones on a video that we just made. So those are all radishes. It's just the second plant. Another volunteer tomatillo. And try to do some beets. They're not doing pretty well. We're not doing well at all. Here's a couple beets here, but that's about it. Nothing grew of the beets. So up here, beautiful lettuce. We're probably gonna cut some of that and make some salad pretty soon. That's ready to go. Look at those beautiful green leaves. That looks so good, and I don't eat that many salads. Now I want to. That's a good one. There's another one right there. And believe it or not, I planted lettuce this whole row, and these are the only ones that really took off. Here's another volunteer tomato. More lettuce right here. And here's a little lettuce start right there. So that seed did grow. So there's one right there. And this one, small, but it's coming. Corn. Something happened. These got pulled out the other night, but these are all corn along the rows. Now this is a squash row. That's a green zucchini squash. Zucchini squash. There's a couple coming in there right now. So some good zucchini squash coming. Here's the gray squash. Some of these didn't get fertilized very well, so those are going to die off right there. But that's normal in the beginning of the season. So that's the gray squash, aka the Mexican squash. Again, gray squash, Mexican squash. And yellow squash, and right here all the small stuff we just put in like 2 weeks ago. These are all zucchini and yellow squash all the way down. And another volunteer tomato. We got a lot of volunteer tomatoes out here. All right, now this is the butternut squash row, and this is what I was showing you earlier while I was making the fence. These are all the small ones we just put in the ground all the way up. Here's a huge volunteer tomatillo. It's probably our biggest volunteer right now. But there's a butternut squash, and I directed him this way so he could grow onto that. Butternut squash right here. Trying to have him directed this way so he can go on the fence. Another volunteer tomato here, butternut squash. See, he's already out pretty far, so let's go ahead and just kind of put him in there for now. He'll grow up on there. More butternut squash, a couple more volunteer tomato. Butternut squash, I already put him in there. Growing on there. Another butternut squash, that's our biggest one. He's already got him on there. Another corn. All right, now these next two rows, these are all tomato. Now this row right here, made my video, grow tomatoes for free. Well, we grew this whole row for free. We didn't plant any seeds or anything. These were all volunteers. All these tomatoes here, this whole entire row. Look how big they are right now. All these tomatoes were volunteers that we found right here in the garden area. We just dug them up and we just transplanted them here in this row. All these tomatoes, all volunteer. So some of them obviously are bigger than others, but. And now on this side, these are volunteers as well. So Marina found these ones. These are humongous. These were all volunteers. We didn't even have to plant these. These we found in our compost. So look at how big those are. Humongous. Those are all volunteer tomato bushes. Now, these are the ones that we did by seed. Now this year, our seeds aren't doing too good, I guess. These are tomatoes by seed. The rest of these are all the ones that we did by seed. They didn't do too well this year. So they might still come back. We'll see. They're really tiny. But those are the ones we got from seed. So kind of unimpressive. A little underwhelming. But those are the tomatoes. Those are these two right here. These are the kale from last year. Look at them. They're booming. They're doing great. I gotta cut it. I keep on saying I'm gonna cut it, and I never cut it. But I need to come out here and harvest a bunch of squash. Bunch of kale. So kale here, kale there, and Marina planted the small pumpkins. There's a row of small pumpkins out here and over there in the corner. And over here, I just got some miscellaneous in there. Look at this tomato right there. That's another volunteer grown from beneath. That's our biggest one so far. Biggest one we didn't plant. Right there. Just put a tomato cage over it. It's humongous. Strawberry patch. We've gotten quite a few out of there so far today, this year. And there's our carrot raised bed right there. These are all carrots, except for a couple weeds in there. But these are all carrots. So doing awesome. Can't wait to eat them. We all like eating the carrots. So that's that. We got some things here growing on the side. Some tomatillos. These are all volunteer as well. Tomatillo. And some tomatoes as well. I gotta weed this area. Maybe put on some good soil. Something got to our corn at the roots the other night, so I have to put something up to hold them up. But another corn. Something got to them. They're all kind of like bent over, but the majority of the garden's over here. So that's all the stuff that we planted. So that's the garden this year so far. This is probably as far as it's going to get this year, but that's the garden. And thank you so much for watching the whole video. You know, definitely like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel, so I'm trying to get some more videos out to you guys. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated as everything in here grows, and when we start harvesting some things. Looks like we're going to start harvesting lettuce and kale. Already doing green beans, but those are probably the first things we're going to be starting to get. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time.